Brennan, and this is Dramatic Interp.
Hi, Mom. It's me, your little monster. Hi, Mom. It's me, your little monster.
I guess I just get a little funny about my work. Like, flustered or something. You know, I always say, if I haven't seen it, I can't paint it. It's like that old saying, write what you know. But I'm a terrible writer, so I guess that I just paint what I know. It's nothing special. You know, that's where my son and I go to get our Christmas tree each year. I'm sort of a single mom, and you have to know how to be good with a saw, but I was never very good at it. And I would always just shrug and tell my son, I guess that's just what dads are for. And he would laugh. You know, I don't remember what I named the tree that year. Or what my son got me for Christmas. Oh, my son always asks for the funniest things. Kids, you know? Like a box of old maps. A new collar for his puppy. A tape recorder. I mean, what kind of a kid asks for a tape recorder for Christmas? Lots of people handle grief in different ways, and there are several coping mechanisms in which to do so. I know that I lost a friend recently, and I find coloring to be a very mindful practice. Similarly, our author paints what she knows in Painting Fires by Cole Sutherland. Oh, and this one. This one's of my son and his dog, Buddy. Oh, he's a big mutt. Just like in the movies, my son was walking home from school one day and Buddy followed him home. And there Buddy stayed. Forever. You know, we were living with someone at the time. And we aren't now, but we were then. And he said he didn't like Buddy barking. He said it annoyed him. But I stood my ground and Buddy stayed. Even though I guess he does look a little sad in this painting. He should be warm by the fireplace with his master. My son's father died when he was a baby, and so it had always just been me and my son. But then I met John, and it was like at first he did everything right. Like flowers for me, Little League games with my son. But then it was like something changed. And you know when things change so slowly that you don't even realize they've changed until it's too late? So you're stuck. John would spend his nights in front of the TV, and it was like my son became an imposition. Like a gnat that you would swat away at in annoyance, and so we didn't really spend a lot of time at home anymore. And this one's of my son, right after the spelling bee. He practiced for weeks. I mean, I have never seen a 10-year-old so dedicated to something. Every time we get in the car, he would go over and over those words. Words that felt like they were like 30 letters long. And you know, he only missed one. Right at the end, I was sitting in the bleachers holding my breath. And I was so proud of him anyway, though. I guess we just didn't want to be stuck anymore. And so one day, I decided that we were going to leave. And I remember I kissed my son on the head, and I told him and Buddy to stay right there, and I would be right back. It was just right back. So I was at the store picking up a few things, and I got a call from my son. He said that Buddy was barking at John, and John told them to go upstairs and take the damn dog with you. And I told him that it was gonna be okay. That him and Buddy just needed to go upstairs, and everything was finally gonna be okay. He just needed to wait for me to get home. And he said, "Okay, Mom, I will. I love you." And then there was a line at the place, and my credit card wasn't working, and everything took much longer than I anticipated, much longer. And I remember I got in my car, and I was driving, and I turned onto our road, and then I couldn't see anything. There were so many cars parked, and so I got out, and I saw that there was fire everywhere, and it was eating our little white and blue home. And where's my son? I could see the firefighters, and I could see John. Where is my son? And I tried to go inside, but they wouldn't let me. Where is my son? They found my son in the corner of his bedroom. The windows, they were already too hot to touch, but Buddy was there with him. Buddy was there with my little boy. John, he lit a cigarette and fell asleep. And walked out the front door while my son was upstairs. And so I paint him, because if I paint him at his high school graduation, there he is, cap and gown, and I am in the audience cheering. And if I paint him on his wedding day, he looks so handsome. I just needed another 30 minutes! And then we were gonna leave. After it happened, I got to go to the house and pick up a few things. And there it was. The tape recorder. The one that I had gotten him for Christmas. And he recorded himself on it. And I listened to it every time we're apart for a little while. I listened to it all the time, actually.
Hi, Mom. It's me, your little monster. I thought it'd be kind of cool if I kept record of things on here and then I gave it to you when I went away to college or something. Today, I wanted to say thanks for letting me keep Buddy. And Buddy says thanks for his neat blue collar. I know John hates him, but he's good to have around. John was better today. I know you feel bad, Mom, but it's not so bad. But if we ever did decide to go away, we could decide where to go using my maps. You're better than a mom and dad put together. Seriously. Oh, and that word I missed? It's palliate. It means to make a mistake better. And I can spell it now. I love you, Mom. Don't worry so much about me.